A prehistoric comedy adventure, The Croods follows the world's first family as they embark on a journey of a lifetime. When the cave that has always shielded them from danger is destroyed, the Croods discover the incredible new world, changing their outlook forever.
The creators of Madagascar and How to Train Your Dragon take you to the beginning.
Fire, lava, everything we're standing on will be gone.
Of the end.
Dun, dun, dun.
This March,
It's so beautiful.
the Croods are saving the world.
I did not see that coming.
If they can survive each other.
I'm calling it fire.
It likes me.
Hey, it's biting me! Ah!
DreamWorks, The Croods.
Try hiding from it in the tall, dry grass!
March 22nd.
That's right, the latest animation on the block is The Croods. Following in the wake of Rise of the Guardians, Kurt D'Amico and Chris Sanders direct DreamWorks' latest brainchild. With an all-star cast including Nicolas Cage, Ryan Reynolds and Emma Stone, The Croods is yet another animated box office hit. So what did you guys think of the film?
I loved it. I have said episode after episode that I haven't liked very many of the films that we've been looking at, and this one is awesome. It's such a good movie. I just think it's one of the best animated movies that we've had in a really long time. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, personally, I haven't seen it myself, but I have seen the shorts and I have seen a few of the interviews that they've done with it, and it looks really good.
Yeah, look, I think one of the things that contributes to this is the cast. They have quite a good cast lineup. Everybody calls this Emma Stone's movie, it's her character movie, but in fact I'd actually go more to say that it's not her character movie. Just she has a small part to play in it. It's got quite a good cast, probably three main actors that we know. Nicolas Cage obviously plays the dad, his character is called Ugg. Emma Stone plays Ugg's daughter, her character is Eep, and then of course the character of Guy, which is the young man that they meet in the beginning, and that's Ryan Reynolds. What do you think of the casting in this movie?
Look, I think it works well. You haven't seen Nicolas Cage in a movie for a while, so it's good to see he's put the bong down for a feature. You know, it's killed it at the box office. It's raked in $43 million. Why do people seem to love animated movies so much?
What do you reckon?
Well, I guess because it's new. Like a lot of the movies that are out now, they're all based on franchises like G.I. Jane, your X-Men. With this sort of story, it's original. And I think people can get that into it a little bit more. And it's not just for the kids, it's got that little adult element in there as well, which is, you know, which we can sit through and watch and enjoy.
Absolutely. We were talking a little bit earlier that there really are two types of kids movies. There are the types of kids movies that are just for kids only, where you kind of take your kids and think, oh gosh, I hope this goes really quickly. And then there are the other kind of kids movies where you think, oh, maybe the whole family will go and see this. And this is really a family movie. In fact, one of the things that I found really interesting is that it starts with this really strong message. You know that there is a moral to the story, like the old school fairy tales. And the moral of this story is if you take a risk at something, if you try and if you adapt, good things will come. So I liken this a little bit to things like The Simpsons, where there's a bit of humour for the kids, but there's also a bit of humour for mum and dad as well. I think that definitely Nicolas Cage's character was spot on for this movie. Some people get annoyed by his voice and think it drawls a little bit. And if it does, and if it is annoying to some, this is the best movie for it because he plays Dad. And Dad is really, really cautious and doesn't want them to go out into the world.
Funny thing is, this movie was actually based on John Cleese, I believe, who helped in the production of the movie. He had this huge fear of technology. Yeah. So that's what the whole movie is based on, like just this fear of technology and evolving and changing.
Well,
so I thought that was interesting.
I did not know that. He was involved in that movie.
The things Wikipedia tells you, honestly.
Yeah, unbelievable.
This movie was definitely made for 3D. I saw it in 3D. I didn't expect to see it in 3D. When I got there, the session was in 3D. And I would say that this ranks up there visually with Avatar. The scenes are absolutely stunning. When the movie first opens, visually it's not as beautiful, but it's when they go into this new journey, into this new sort of Pandora world, the scenes are absolutely beautiful. And we talked about Oz the Great and Powerful a few weeks ago and how when they moved into that new world, it was bright colours and explosions, exactly the same as this movie. Such beautiful visual effects.
Now, I only saw bits and pieces of it. I found it hard to focus. But, you know, I agree. It does definitely work in 3D. It's a good movie.
Do you think visually, though, making 3D movies takes away from the actual story?
I don't think so. I think only in terms of when you take really small kids to a 3D movie for the first time. I remember going into this movie and the kids were really small, and obviously for a lot of them it's their first time to see a 3D movie and they're kind of sitting there thinking, whoa, what's going on? You know, grabbing for things that aren't coming at them. From that perspective, yeah, perhaps for the smaller ones, but I think it really only enhances the experience for older people.
Now, the film took a while to create. I think it was in production from 2005. Right. Only it's just come out this year, so that's, you know, a good 8 years in production. I was reading it took something like 800,000 computer hours to
Wow.
do. Like, it beat this world record of how long it takes to create a movie. So do you think it paid off?
Look, absolutely, and I think one of the things that I noticed when I was watching the movie, not only, like I said, was it really visually beautiful, but it was very, very clever. For the first time in an animation movie, I saw dust particles, and you're so used to just seeing this very 2D flat kind of visual. You could see dust particles, and you could see, water, and it was really, really clever.
I think they actually used some real stuff. Like, there was a scene where he was sinking in the tar.
Right.
They actually used real tar for that.
Absolutely. And like I said before, the match of the actors with the storyline was good because Nicolas Cage was very well able to get into his character and to match up his character, because there's a lot more to doing an animated movie than providing the voice for a character. They really have to be able to get into that character.
Absolutely. And I think technology also helps too. Like, back in 2005 when it was probably just getting created and doing all the animatics and the pre-production on it, to where it's come now, the visual effects now, the programs, computers are a lot faster, then they can handle a lot more. So did they wait till technology caught up to make this movie?
It is good timing as well, because we haven't seen, as far as I know, another animated film come out this year that had so much hype. Think about last year and the year before, there was Up and all those kind of movies. So it is quite good timing.
There have been a few animated movies like Wreck-It Ralph that have come out, but this one in particular has been quite a milestone for DreamWorks in particular, because it's always Pixar that come out with these great movies, and DreamWorks haven't had a really strong animated film in the box office. This is a really good achievement for them to come out with this.
And it's good. It just comes off the back of Rise of the Guardians, which they did as well, which is what's box office hit. And I think that they just signed like a 5-year production deal with Paramount, I believe.
Wow.
So I think we'll be seeing big things from DreamWorks over the next couple of years.
And how important do you think it is to match the right actors with the right movie when it comes to familiar voices? Do you think it's really important to have voices that are recognisable?
No, absolutely. I think that, when you're watching these animated movies and you see the character, you can really relate to the actor as well. If they don't pull it off, you're not gonna believe that character as much as you would, I mean,
it kind of takes away from him a little bit as well, though. Like, I can't take Nicolas Cage seriously. I just can't. And so when I see him doing that, all I think of Nicolas Cage, a picture I saw where his head was photoshopped on a chicken. That's all I see when I hear him in a film. So do you think it does kind of overshadow the movie a little bit when you get such big name actors in there?
Sometimes I think it might. In this case, I think, like I said earlier, it did really good things. Nicolas Cage is the perfect actor to play this role. He's got that kind of drawl between his words, not his sentences, and his character in this movie is a very like a very sort of by the rules kind of dad, and doesn't want change, wants to protect his family, and it's that kind of Sweet Home Alabama, Con Air, good father character that we're looking at. So look, I think if you haven't been to see this movie already, you definitely should go and see it. It's a really, really, really good movie. I'm not up for animated movies most of the time, but I probably would see this again, might even buy it on Blu-ray.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
So you're pretty impressed with it, right?
I am,
I think I'm going to have to go see this movie now.
I think you need to. And I think if we were going to rate them out of 5, I would probably give this movie a 4.
I'd probably give it a 3.
3, and based on what you've seen?
Based on what I've seen, it's hard to say. I'll say about a 3. I really like the animation. I think the animation already looks awesome, and the visual effects. I just love that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Well, with like any other film, this film's going to have its lovers and its haters. We'd love to hear what you think about it. If you've been to see the Croods or you're looking to see the Croods, jump by our Facebook page and let us know. After the break, we'll take a look at a man you're sure to love. It's David Attenborough.